This lesson that I'm going to be reviewing on the video has to do with example C in lesson 4-2. And the reason why I want to do this example is because I want to make sure that we understand and that we remember when I'm talking about a linear function, I'm talking about f of x. And we need to remember that f of x is equal to y. And this x within the f of x is my input, and the y is my output. And I also want to remember that I can write the x and y as an ordered pair. So in this example, we are being asked to write a linear function with the values of f of 4, which is equal to -2, and f of 8 is equal to 4. I want you to remember what we just reviewed right here in this example, that if I'm given f of 4 is equal to -2, therefore I can assign an x and y value. I know that this is my x, and -2 is my y. So I can write the ordered pair of 4, -2. Thus, I can write this f of 8 is equal to 4 as the following. I can write f of 8 is equal to 4. Therefore, I can write the ordered pair of 8, 4. So, that's what I did in step 1, is I rewrote each function value, and I rewrote them as ordered pairs. And at this point in time, I'm going to label them x1, y1, and x2, y2. Because I know at some point, I need to write a linear function. And a linear function states that I need to get my final answer of f of x is equal to mx plus b. And the reason why I've turned this into function notation is because I want to write a linear function. So step 2 says we're going to use the slope and a point to write an equation of the line. So up here, I'm actually going to use this point because I've labeled it x1, y1. And I'm going to use this second point in order to be able to calculate the slope. So I'm going to go ahead and write the slope formula of y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I'm going to go ahead and calculate the value of my slope. I'm going to write 4 minus -2 over x2, which is 8, minus 4. And I know that this is 6 over 4, which means I'm going to simplify this to be 3 over 2. And what did I just calculate? I calculated the slope, my rate of change. I changed 3 on the y for every 2 on the x. So I've got my slope of m. And it says up here to use the point slope form. Well, why do I want to use the point slope form? Well, because I have a point right here, and I have my slope. And I could easily write a linear function in y is equal to mx plus b by first taking point slope and then converting it. So let's go ahead and use the point slope. I'm going to do that right here. And I'm going to write y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So I'm going to go ahead and substitute the value of both x1 and y1 as well as my value of m into this equation right here. So I'm going to write y minus -2 is equal to 3 over 2 times x, and I'm going to pull in my value of x1, which is 4, right there. I'm now going to go ahead and simplify this, and I'm going to go y plus 2 is equal to 3 over 2 times x minus 4. And I'm going to continue now to distribute. So I have to distribute, which means I'm going to multiply 3 over 2 by x and 3 over 2 times negative 4. What do I get? I get y plus 2 is equal to 3 over 2x. And now I'm going to multiply 3 over 2 times 4, which is minus 6. So now what do? I need to get it into the format of y is equal to mx, or f of x is equal to mx plus b. So I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides because I need to solve for y. And I'm going to get y is equal to 3 over 2x minus, oops, I forgot the x, minus 8. So I've got y is equal to 3 over 2x minus 8. However, I need to go back and make sure it says to write a linear function. So I'm going to convert this, instead of it being y is equal to 3 over 2x minus 8, I'm going to write f of x is equal to 3 over 2x minus 8. So what you should be able to do is go in and do the practice monitoring progress right here. We've already done this in class, but it would be a really good idea if you didn't do 5 to go back in and do 5 right now in order to be able to make sure you know how to do it. So you can see down here what I did was I went ahead and did the problem, the practice monitoring progress, and I got a final answer of y is equal to 1/2 x plus 2. So that is all of the problems in the chapter or the lesson 4-2. The only thing that we didn't do, and I'm going to do this in a separate example, would be example D, modeling with mathematics. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a separate video on the real life problems, both in lesson 4-1 and 4-2. So in my next video, I'm going to cover 4-3, writing equations of parallel and perpendicular lines.